Capricorn, how you doing? Okay, so during the pre-shuffle you've had cards flying all over the place. So I'm going to leave these two out because these two came out twice. So the cards are really wanting to speak. So you have basically an energy around you at the moment of someone that's extremely needy. Needy, just like, you know, because this person's like greedy and this person's like, well, it's a reflection of the same thing, basically. It just means that things are not resolved because they won't resolve themselves. Okay, as an energy, this is someone that's really needy, and they just take. But you have another energy that's kind of giving. So there's no equality. There's no equality of emotion. This is not love. This is greed in this card. This is wish fulfillment. But you know, this is, why would you wish for this to keep happening? You know, it's a 9. You know. So it means that it's not completed. You know, it's verging on an ending, but it's not completed because you can't, through the next card, avoid. You can't avoid. Okay, there's a void here. Okay, there's a void here, but this wand is basically crossing all the main alignments of heart chakra, everything. It's the base chakra. It's all blocked. Everything. It's not a grounding energy. But you have another energy here, like a guide that's kind of standing strong, that's more open, that's becoming more open, but looks a little bit more defensive, but is looking more out towards a broader spectrum of the future. But this person is kind of like leaning on this person too. So it looks like you've got people, you know, there are actual people here. So you've got water energy and you've got fire and air, maybe. But this is avoidance. You see, there's a void here and there's no void here. So basically it's saying that you can't avoid issues. You have to tackle them head on, because things can go on for many years. Many years. I mean, there's no pentacles here at the moment, but all cups and everything all means time. This can mean, well, I mean, it's not visible to say really within time. Okay, I don't know why the lights just dimmed. Wow, that was 222 when the lights dimmed. Okay, that's very strange. But yeah, this is avoiding. You see, you can't avoid an elephant in a room. That's why it's there. It's there for a specific reason, in order to say that you can't avoid it until it goes away. You can't think, oh well, I need a break. I need a break because this is draining me, so I'll just wait for things to happen. You know, that's not action. It means that there has to be action in order for you to drop needy people, you know, because it's very draining. It's draining you, and it's also draining them because you're not thinking of their highest good by setting people free. You know, you have to think of their own highest good by setting them free completely, because it's karma, you know, it's karma. You can't avoid things in life. It's a call to action. That's a cry for help. That's 9. So you're crying for help, for a guide, but people don't, you know, do people listen? I don't I don't know. Well, I mean, it's karma. So obviously, you know, people, it means that karma is that something that you have to go through regardless. 333 on the clock. Please take note of these numbers. That you can't avoid karma. That's why it's there. It's a point of growth and learning. If someone's relying on you and needy and it's draining, well, that means that it's karmic and that you have to face the issue head on in order to stop feeling defensive or offensive. Every action has a reaction and a response time to the actions that you give or receive. There's no giving or receiving. There's no equality. Okay, so this here is extremely toxic to me. You know, it might not to someone else, but to me. So let's see, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Any other messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. I mean, this can be you or them, cross watchers, or wow. So yeah, so you need this. You need that, the Tower. So there's 2 people that fell out. Okay, so if you look at this in pigment, so it could mean Aries or anybody, right? But you've got red and blue. Okay, and then at the bottom of the Tower, you've got red and the same kind of person. So it's a faulty foundation, so it can mean something to do with the home life, okay? If it's involving children, you know, there's no children here, but, you know, it's a home life, so it could have something to do with the home life. It's caused destruction and array. You know, this is where you explode. This is where things have just got fucking so bad that you just end up giving up. You know, so, but it's also an awakening, which is a good part, because it wakes you up to the point of calling. Okay, it's also a 7, so it's a spiritual enlightenment. So, you know, it's a calling, it's a call to action that we need sometimes, because if we avoid the issue, okay, this is also the universe. So the universe steps in ways that you don't see. Okay, you don't see it because you're blind to karma, so you don't see that it's coming. I do apologise for this light. Turn it off. That's better. Sorry about that. Okay, but let me show you those cards again, just in case you didn't see. Okay, if you didn't see. Okay, but the universe steps in ways where it makes things so bad in your mind, where this is a nudge. This is kind of like that. God, and you wake up at night and you dream or anything like that, or it keeps you awake, or things that go bump in the night, you can start hallucinating. Maybe during the day things get so bad with parents, children, just day to day, you're driving or anything in life, anything. It's where you're so much in the mind. That's the universe stepping in to say that we're not going to let you avoid this, because this needs resolve, it needs resolution. It doesn't mean, okay, well, I've forgiven. It just means that it needs separation, because you can't separation of avoidance. You can't avoid an elephant in the room. If it's there, it physically needs dealing with, so it means that it needs to be dealt. The cards need to be dealt. So you could be listening to a guide. This is also a guide, but this is a spiritual awakening. Okay, it also can mean that someone's being dethroned. Okay, that it's just illusion, it's karmic illusion. But you need this tower. You know, this is where things just get so bad in the mind that you can't avoid it because of sneaky behaviour. Okay, it's you only set your own traps up because it's the 2 behind. But that's I don't want to go on that unless it comes out. But that could mean a returning. You see, the 7 of Swords can also mean a returning. So it's running, but also returning. You know, returns to the scene of the crime in order to resolve things, or it can mean a chaser or a runner. You know, but we'll see. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What wants to come out? So we've got the Queen of Swords. So you've got water sign energy, no prominent signs really. But you've got the Queen of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've got fire sign energy and water sign energy. Okay. Wow, you've got the 2 of Swords. Bloody hell. What the fuck, man? So far, it's being stuck between a rock and a hard place completely. It's 2 people battling. So you've probably got 2 people battling over one person that's blind to the truth, and they don't know. They can't hear anything because their ears are covered as well as the eyes. So you've got someone in the background that has no idea of these 2 battling against someone that's extremely needy. Someone that's extremely needy. And it's karmic. It needs resolution. Okay. You know, it's also a 2. So you know, you've got people left, right, and centre that are involved, and that can be family. Like say that the home life is the tower, so it can be family. It can be a lot of destruction within the family. You know, but you've got a lot of red and blue. But the Queen of Swords can be very cutting, because the Queen of Swords is, to me, is pretty much the same as this person here that's defensive. Okay, this person is pretty much, I am just going to take, and I'm going to take this sword and shove it right up your chocolate hole. Okay, but it's trying to find clarity through butterflies, which means a chrysalis, can mean a chrysalis. So one person can be a chrysalis. Okay, one person, because we have karmic chrysalises where they cocoon themselves around you with that much chaos, that it means that it's karmic, that it means someone is sacrificing themselves in order to help you grow and learn. Okay, but until you grow and learn from them to realise that about emotional independence or being dependent yourself, or people need to be independent, and that you need to cocoon, like unwrap yourself as a butterfly to fly free. Okay, so then we learn equality of emotional give and take. Okay, and then we fly free like the bird. Okay, and then it comes back, the bird comes back and it aligns itself with the chakra, and it learns you to drop defensive. When people make you feel defensive, it means that it's karma, and people that don't make you feel offensive or defensive, then the defences of the wall start to crumble, and you start to open up, and you start to make yourself into a butterfly. Okay, look into butterflies and what they mean. But that means equality. But at the moment, that kind of means someone is just taking, and very draining, very draining. What else can you tell me? Wow. So someone's dropped an offer because of it. So this is like someone's been left in illusion, because the chameleons can be a joker, but it can also mean like illusion. It's kind of like, wow, what's in my hand? You know. So because of karmic illusion, because these are all illusions, you know, these are not major arcanas. Nothing here is a major arcana apart from the one that you really need. And then you've got court card, but you've got the tower, which you need. So it depends on what comes underneath that or clarified by. But this is like someone has dropped the offer because of illusion. It's kind of mean, well, all I've been left with in my hand is a fucking lizard that's just illusion. So there's been an offer dropped. Could have something to do with this Nine of Wands. Yeah. But we'll see. So you've got two nines. You've got two nines, I just noticed. Two nines, which is a cry for help. So this is a cry and a call for action. Cry and a call for action, which is what you need. It's all passing energy that stands behind, wanting to walk in a new direction, okay, with someone, wanting to walk towards the future with someone, but it's a cry for help as a guide too. But then you've got another nine, which is emotionally crying for help, where someone's just take, and it's leading me into more illusion, and it needs resolve, and that's why you need the tower. But then you also have someone that's dropped an offer because they've also been left in illusion. So you've got people, you've got fucking people around you, and it needs, yeah, someone's needy. It's like, oh God, oh, it's just fucking drain. Really, I've got to give to you again. I've got to give you my money again. Really, have I? I've got to give you my stability of my home. I've got to give you my stability of me trying to stand strong. Can be Aries in their chart maybe, or it can be anybody. Doesn't necessarily mean, but it can just mean that standing in my own power. I need to stand in my own power as a leader in order to drop needy people, because it's not equality in this, you know. So let's see, what else have we got for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. So we've got, wow, so that's quite a good energy. You've got the King of Wands, which is leadership, which is what I was saying, that could be in that. That could be a guide also. Because that's also about equality in the other deck that I just showed you. So this kind of energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone that holds that kind of entrepreneurship kind of thing, or leadership, they can show you the way with action that, well, we'll see. But I mean, at the moment, that's not a bad energy. Or it can mean that a fire sign energy is the one that's dropped things because of illusion, and they're now standing firm in their convictions, and they're just taking the direction. What else have we got? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising or Venus. I do apologise if I'm speaking quietly. It's still a little early. I'm trying to get a few done. Private readings are open though, guys, if you want a personal story. You know, a lot of readings, they all relate, and you can all relate to it, but it never truly relates until you have your own personal reading. Okay? And trust me, that's wisdom that's giving you that advice. But I try to keep things as fair and cheap as possible. Could have something to do with a Leo. Okay? So, but it's finding strength. So you haven't got any star signs that really represent apart from Leo, right? Or just finding strength and balance. but you've got an air sign energy below Leo. So they could have, someone could have Leo in their chart, somewhere within your chart. And when I say chart, I don't just mean Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. I mean your chart of your 12 houses. It all depends on what is in your 12th house, or well, it could be your 12th house, but what is in your house, okay? What's in your houses is going to represent what's happening with you in astrology, okay? So you look up your astrology and your birth chart, okay, and you find out where certain major arcana, well, major arcanas or any kind of energy sits, okay, and then look into the house of what that means, like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Look into that, because that also comes out in tarot cards. You know, people are unaware of that. But you also have a Queen of Wands here, energy too. So you have kind of counterparts. Or that can just mean when the tigers broke free. Okay, but that's it could be a Leo that's involved in the mix and is just take. But that's a difficult energy of why these two are here. Because that's below the Tower. So the Tower could bring in a King of Wands energy. So you could meet a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or an air sign. But let's see. So let's clarify the Tower. Clarify the Tower. What's the Tower about? What is the Tower about? I mean, you could have a Queen of Swords energy that's around, that's just, I'm fed up with people taking. You know, this is not equality. And they're having great strength in order to say, fuck it, you know, that's not equality. This is an array, and this is equality. Because the Queen of Swords is kind of like looking outwardly, kind of thinking, whoa, what the fuck, really? Looking up, thinking, what are these people doing? You know. But let's clarify the Tower. And they've found strength in order to do it too. Tower. Tower. What's the Tower? I mean, the Tower is kind of like bring forth the guillotine. It's, well, so the Tower brings in, great. Brings in, well, you've got to decide where people are. If the Tower brings in that you want to continue that and continue on with that person, then that could possibly happen, maybe. Yeah. But the Tower brings in a new direction with somebody. It can be a water sign, oh God, fire sign, or anybody really. There's no sign. But there's one that's fixed in its destination. And it's also a guide, because it's kind of like a helping hand, you know, it's like a helping hand and a guide. But they're really not looking out into the world. They're just kind of staring into one another's eyes, kind of like, you know, all right, how you doing? You know, it's kind of a really forgiving energy, this one. You know, so an awakening could make you feel more stable and balanced and think about new directions, because they're not looking outwardly at the moment, but it kind of is more of a relaxing energy of, well, this is my new path now, what path shall we take together, you know. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Wow, so you've got the Queen of Wands back out. So you've got counterparts. So you could have an air sign energy with fire in their chart. Okay. Or, as this is not, this is just a court card, so this is an energy that someone can represent. So you'll know that you should know, if you're self-aware, you should know people that are around you. So this one is someone that's very caring and giving. They kind of have flowers, which kind of represents the sunflower seed from the Garden of Eden to me. But it also looks like, you know, a cat is like wise, okay, and they're kind of like looking at this lizard, as if to say, you know, tempting. Tempting, okay? So a tempting offer, that could be the lizard that's there that dropped the offer. But then you've got like the lizard that's kind of here, that the cat is kind of like looking at the lizard and kind of thinking, what are you up to? But you've also, but as an energy, you know, you've got the Queen of Wands, which is very open, but still has a guard, you know, wow, has a guard between her legs, right? But is not defensive. She's just kind of like firm in her convictions, and she knows action. If you just look at this within the other one, this is kind of the Akashic records, very wise, you know, has wisdom, very spiritual leadership, you know, has access to freedom, believes in freedom. Okay, this is like the Queen, Britain, Queen. Okay. So, as the Queen of Swords, it's kind of, it's still kind of stuck-ish, but it could be learning about passion. It could be because of, like, now I'm learning equality more now, you know. But you've got two queens, and then you've got the King of Cups here too. So you've definitely got water sign, fire sign, and air sign around you. The Queen of Swords. Can you clarify these two cards? Clarify these two cards. Oh, that's too many. Well, so let's just kind of have a look. So you've got, because they're kind of saying I need to. Well, and then you've got a love offer. I mean, someone loves you. Someone loves you, because that's like a love. That's like I'm offered my heart, and I've dropped an emotional offer, but now my heart is more stable, and I feel free from it. But my heart is still being offered. I'm not so emotional, but my heart is still being offered. But that's under the deck. But you have, so these two energies are kind of saying that it's formed equality because it's released of the past of heartache that can be represented in there. Okay, so that's kind of like someone is helping guide you about learning about equality. Thank you, Spirit. Guide you about learning about equality and give and take. Okay, this kind of energy here, around here. And it's learning and helping heal a mended, broken heart, wounded heart, because the swords are all fell, but it's still being fixed. It's still in the process of being fixed. But it's a guide. It's someone that's probably teaching you about equality of betrayal, deceit, or heartache, betrayal. Okay, and then this is someone that is kind of like, well, I was kind of like looking at this card the other day. Willing to take a fool's journey, like is kind of still hanging in there. It's kind of like, I'm still hanging in there, I'm still there, you know, but I'm kind of virtually gone. I need a hand up, you know, I need a helping hand in order to pull me back up or to release me. It's kind of a stuck energy too, but it's someone that's willing to take a journey. It's kind of like I'm a fool and I would kind of just jump off the cliff, but I'm still hanging in there, but I need a helping hand. You know, so it is a guide that's giving you a helping hand. This is also well, it is a guide. You know, it's a very spiritual card, the Fool. It's a guide because it's a zero, so it's universal energy. So it's someone that is like, you could be off to a spiritual retreat. You could be looking into tarot, astrology, anything to do with spiritualism at all, or a guide, or you are a guide. But it's a guiding energy. It's someone that has. So this can be anything to do with people that work for law, anything to do with law enforcement, army, or anything like that. But someone that's very wise, influential, okay, caring, nurturing, and giving, a relaxing energy where, with animals or people in general, taming of energy, taming. But it's also entrepreneurship, someone that's leadership material, someone that knows balance, a guide. That's a guide. That's a straight up guide. But it's kind of like seeking, being blind to the truth, but seeking the truth. It's kind of like the bird of freedom is just kind of like stuck. It's kind of like dropped an offer. The bird of freedom is still blind to the truth, so someone is still hiding the truth from someone. Or this could be, this is why. So on the other end of the scale, someone's took a new fool's journey and they're receiving guidance themselves from their higher mind. Sometimes we don't need the truth. The truth is just felt by energy, because the cards represent energy. So it means that I'm blind to the truth, but I don't need the truth, and I'm just kind of like guiding myself, basically guiding myself. But it can also be an offering of the truth. You know, these cards are also different cards, but it can also just mean, if you look at the sword of truth, it can also represent that truth is needed in order for resolve, to stop feeling stuck, and the truth could be coming in. But this is a truth seeker and a truth, thank you. So this is a truth seeker and a truth speaker, someone that's entrepreneurial, someone that isn't afraid of the truth. You can't handle the truth. But this is someone that can handle the truth, knows the truth, feels the truth. Is a truth speaker, a truth seeker, you know, very wise, influential, wise, the bird of wisdom. Okay, they can fly free blindly. These birds can fly because they're very sensitive, very sensitive. Okay, so you have a sensitive guide or something along those lines. Okay, well, could have something to do with the Pisces. Pisces, caring, nurturing, giving, forming equality. But they were still needy in that. There was still, see, it depends on the cards, but let's have a look at strength. I'll quickly try and wrap this up. It's nearly gone on for half an hour. Strength. Let's have a look at strength. Strength. I just heard thing of the past. I don't know why I heard that. Strength. Thing of the past. So you could meet a Leo. You could have children with a Leo, or you could be thinking about making an offer to a Leo. Page of Pentacles. So it's a seed of intent that's within soul growth. Okay, soul growth, evolution. It's the seed of intent that gets planted with fire and action. It doesn't have to be Leo. It can just mean a strong offer. A strong offer trying to go out, okay, in order to grow as soul wisdom. Okay. But it's a seed of intent. The Page of Pentacles, so it could have something to do with a Libra. Wow, that's a very mixed energy. So that could be something of the past. You could have offered something to a Leo of the past, and that's part of the mix of what's keeping things. They could, or you could, or this is you or them. It's in the mix. Don't get lost, okay? Because this is lost. This is the night terrors. Okay, someone around you could be. I know. I know it's difficult for me at the moment because I have Lilith very present. That's fucking with things. You have to look that up. I have Lilith in Aries. Okay, I forget what, Black Moon Lilith in Aries, but Lilith is very prominent in my thing as well. So I know this kind of like can lead into illusion. Okay, and also Chiron. So there is a lot of kind of weird energy at the moment, but basically as an energy, this is kind of like, could be something of the past of the bowl of soup that's caused. This can be their past, or someone that they're involved with, or that you're involved with, or someone within this mix is involved with, and it's causing night terrors. And this is also a cry for help. This is also 9, you know, and can be a guide. This can be a guide, you know, because that's like the seed of intent that's planted in order to show forward movement and passion. Okay, and the seed of intent gets planted. But it's a 9, so that can also be a guide, you know. Here we are, born to be kings. But that's just like, you know, that is also a wake-up call. That's kind of like, because the lion is kind of like calling, right? Calling, like a cry, a yawn, you know, like a fucking scream. Could be wanting to scream and find your own power. But you could, that could also be a guide that's giving you that wake-up call of kind of like, well, you've got to wake up, you know, or not, you just fucking continue on the same path. But that's how it seems to me. Let's have a look at the Two of Swords quickly. Two of Swords. I mean, you can stay asleep for a lifetime. A lifetime. There's no pentacles here at the moment at all. There's no, like, there is kind of action here, but there's no action here. This is just stuck until it's resolved. You have to resolve it. Have to face fear. Have to face fear. Thank you. You have to face fear head on. You can't sit up at night and just think, well, I'll just wait for the next go around for it to happen again. No, it doesn't go away. This dragon is in your face. This is in your face saying it won't go away. It will never go away. You have to face it. You have to face fear. That's a call to action. Thank you. That is a call to action, and that's what it's saying. This will not resolve until you seek guidance or listen to yourself, pull yourself together, align yourself, listen to yourself, stand up and stop being fucking cowardly and be a lion and roar like one, you know, and cut people out. Cut people out. You have to. It doesn't matter who the fuck they are in life. Doesn't matter at all. It's a call to action to say they're not supposed to be in it. Cut them out. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. If someone is extremely draining, toxic, needy, leaves you in defence, leaves all that, well then, why? I don't know. I don't know. Two of Swords. Last go around. Two of Swords. Please clarify the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. So the Hierophant. Yeah. So it's something to do with marriage or partnership. They're married. You're married. They can still be married. They can be in a partnership with someone or a relation. Well, God. I don't want to go into partnerships, relationships and stuff because people don't understand anyway. But this is a guide as well. But this is also a karmic partnership, a karmic law. Karmic law needs resolve. Karmic law will not resolve itself. You will not become unstuck until you resolve it. Do you seek guidance until you start listening to yourself, or go to court, literally go to court. This is also court of law. Finds balance, okay? But it's a partnership, it's a situationship, not partnership. It probably was a situation. Oh my God. Sorry, Capricorn, I'm not laughing at you, but you know, that's basically saying that it needs firm, because this is Taurus as well, Taurus. So Taurus is involved too, or in your chart or in theirs. But it's basically saying that a Taurus is probably could be the one in the middle that's blind to the fact that other two, or somewhere within this bowl. But it's saying that there needs karmic justice. But in this case, it's probably saying that there needs to be law enforcement involved in certain situations. Okay, until there is, there will be no resolve. So let's have a quick look at the King of Wands, because that's a court card. The King of Wands. What's the King of Wands for? The King of Wands. 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 Yeah. Depression. Well, now this is, see, the dog is loyal. Okay, dogs represent loyalty. But they're also a guide. It's kind of like someone that has their ears up, kind of like, right, look at this this person is seeking guidance because of a snake that's around. So there's a snake around you, definitely, okay? But you're also trying to seek wisdom, so it can mean depression as well. But you also have someone also that's loyal beside you, that's trying to help guide you, that's kind of like willing to help you see further than what you can, because you're blind to the truth, because you have a snake that's between you and the light of day. You have a snake that's between you, but you also have someone that is loyal and is standing beside you, helping guide you, okay? Which is also a guide and a fire energy. Can mean Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone that just holds that energy. And then you also have Virgo. but it can also mean Pisces Virgo, because it's the opposite end of the scale too. Okay, but you've got people all over the place. This energy here and this energy here, it could be a separate story, and that's fucking great. And it can mean that this is like the section that's kind of like helping resolve what we went over. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. But if you want a private reading, Capricorn, there is things in my description that you can follow. Okay, guys. If I don't see you for the rest of the month, please have a very happy Christmas. Okay, I do apologise for cross-watchers if you're getting pissed off with me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading the cards. All right, guys. So I'll hopefully see you some point in the future. If there are any songs, they will be in the description, but I'm not sure if we're going to have time. But they will be there. Please check them out. Okay. All right, guys. Cheers. Peace. Bye.